Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Sell Me a Movie. Of course, this is where we try to sell you a movie that we've seen, or, let's just be honest, try to sell you a movie that we may not like, but try to come up with the positives about the film to see if you actually like it, because to form your own opinion, really. So, with that in mind, be sure to subscribe to the channel because all views help, all comments help, all subscribers help. Along with down on the bottom, you will see a link. That link will take you to the merchandise area where you can, of course, buy t-shirts, mugs, tumblers, anything that you wish to help support the channel as well. But today we'll be discussing the Marvels, which I do know that I'm a little bit behind, about a week or two. I wanted to get Thanksgiving done and out of the way because I do understand that film just recently came out. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and discuss the Marvels.
Hello there, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and children.
So the Marvels is actually the second edition film to Captain Marvel. The only difference really is that it's adding Kamala Khan as well as Monica Rambeau to the film, which, of course, both of those attributes do paint a positive element to the film, really. And, of course, I will discuss that a little bit more. Now, The Marvels is a little bit different as far as director goes. Now, we do have Nia DaCosta. That is the new director for this film. The writer is Nia DaCosta as well. Megan McDonnell, Elisa Karasik, which Megan and Elisa have done projects for Marvel in the past, such as Loki, as well as WandaVision. So, of course, really good writers there. Now, when it comes to the Marvels, in my opinion, Captain Marvel, I wasn't that big of a fan. This movie, I feel like, is a little bit opposite of it as far as when it comes to characters. And what I mean by that is you do have, of course, Brie Larson coming back for Carol Danvers, Teyonah Parris, again, Monica Rambeau, Iman Vellani, who is playing Kamala Khan, obviously Samuel L. Jackson, and then you do have Zawe Ashton, who is Dar-Ben. Now, when I was speaking about Carol Danvers, they actually provide her a little bit more of a personality in this film. They do bring a little humor elements to the character, something that we didn't really have in the first film. So I think that as far as character development goes, is a benefit to it, because the last time that we really seen her was Endgame, and she just had this cocky attitude of saying, oh, well, you didn't win because I wasn't there, or you can only win because of me. Now, I don't know if that's because of the writing itself. I don't know if that is the type of, I want to say, vibe Brie Larson gave for that character. Pretty sure Brie Larson is nice in real life. I've seen a couple of interviews where it's kind of toss-turning as far as what she believes, but in all, I like to think on the positive note and think that Brie Larson is actually nice out in real life. But regardless, though, like I said, in the first Captain Marvel movie, she didn't really have a lot of emotions. She just really had one emotion, and that is get the job done. Very robotic in a sense. Endgame, same way, very robotic. In this one, there's a little bit of humor to it. There's a little bit more loving element for the character, for Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers herself. When it comes to Monica Rambeau, she's the same character. She's the same type of characteristics, mannerisms that we know from WandaVision as well. Kamala Khan, I'm not a big fan of her TV show. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like it kind of fell off in a way. It didn't grasp my attention. Or even really, I think it might have been the character itself. It just felt rushed in some circumstances. Not only that, but Kamala Khan, there's certain elements about her that just annoys me. Like when she gets really spooked or really scared, and it's her overacting, I feel. Now, it could be just my opinion. Others may feel differently. But in my opinion, I feel like she overacts in some elements, some ways that just a little bit over the top and kind of annoys me a little bit. But her character is a little bit died down in the sense of, making it more believable, I guess, if you want to say, because of course she is infatuated with Carol Danvers and Captain Marvel. She's a huge fan. And really what this movie is about is, friendship. That's really what this movie is built on, is friendship and family. And of course a little stardom or starstruck, being Kamala Khan meeting Carol Danvers. And, she didn't go over the top in that sense, but overall, this film is basically directed to a certain demographic. And with this, of course, it is geared towards more women, which is perfectly fine, because if you go in with that mentality, you'll have fun with it. You'll have fun with it regardless, because like I said, Carol Danvers brings a whole new light to the character in the sense of mannerisms and personality basis to it. And like I said, it's all about friendship. Now, this is the shortest film of all the Marvel movies, and that's not a bad thing. I went in thinking, okay, well, this movie is just going to piece stuff together and boom, there we go. No, not really. For every step that this movie was taken, there was an actual purpose. It was just more straight to the point and not actually prolonging anything, which was good and refreshing in a way, only because of the fact that a lot of films nowadays, they'll prolong something just to make a movie even longer. And really, this film, when it gets to a certain element or a staple within the film itself, it's because, like I said, it's for a purpose. And something doesn't happen where you're just sitting there, why did this happen? Or that doesn't make sense, or there's a plot hole here. No, everything is leading to the next thing, which I get, that's what movies are supposed to do, but some actually do it better than others. Where I feel that this movie kind of dives down a little bit is the villain. Now, this isn't taking away Zawe Ashton's portrayal of Dar-Ben. I just feel like Dar-Ben wasn't really a top-tier villain. She was just a very average villain where she could have just been very menacing. And honestly, I feel like they could have picked a different antagonist for the film. Now, I will say this, though. I do understand why they chose her to be the antagonist, because this film takes place after Endgame, and it does show Carol Danvers actually go and do exactly what she said in the first Captain Marvel, and saying, I want to destroy basically the AI of the city for the Kree. And it does show that. It does show that she is does destroy that. But in turn, and that's kind of where the character development goes a little bit more with her too, is it comes with a staple, a nickname for her, a nickname that she doesn't like, that when she gets called, it just brings back bad memories. And it's because of what she thought that she was doing correct or right for the Kree, ended up actually having a big power struggle, not so much a power struggle, but more so of a cause and effect, and a major negative effect to it. And with that, of course, she weighs it on her shoulders. And that's the other thing about this film too, is when it comes to Carol and elements that's pertaining to negative aspects about what happens in her life, she wears it on her shoulders. So that's another character development that we haven't really seen all that often for her. So that's a plus as well. But overall, honestly, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it very much so. Honestly, like I said, this whole segment thing is all about trying to get you guys to go see the film. And yes, as much as that is, and I do understand that some people may not like this film, may think it's a little droggy. At the same time, though, it's a Marvel film, and as long as you're a fan of it, you go in, you're going to have a good time, and it is a great time. The jokes were great in there as well. Of course, Goose is back, or more Goose, if that's not a spoiler. It does set up, little minor spoiler, it does set up a different universe, something that has been talked about later on as well, so I don't want to give that away, but just make sure that you stay after the first credits. Not the main credits, but of course the mid-credit sequence. You want to stay for after that. It does set up a future project as well, in a way that Nick Fury set up Iron Man. So, of course, that happens at the end of the film. But like I said, overall, it's a fun, enjoying movie, and I highly recommend actually going and seeing it. Now, you can actually wait if you want to watch it after the theater. It doesn't really matter if you see it in the theater at home. So, I mean, that's the other thing that may be beneficial too. But like I said, I would recommend it. I had a fun time. It was a good time, and like I said, it just brings a new freshness to Carol Danvers. Hopefully, we do get to see her more in the future. But if you have seen it, leave your comments below. What are your thoughts on it? What did you not like about it? Am I wrong? Am I correct on some of the things that you believe? And make sure you do subscribe to the channel, because it does help us out a lot. Like I said, subscribe, like this video, comment, share, do whatever you can. Visit the link for the merchandise down below. We'll see you next time for the next movie review.